First this week, and the Opera House sees a new production of Verdi's opera on stage both tonight and tomorrow. Aida, the towering structure of the Colosseum of Rome set against the greatness of Egypt, comes together in what can only be described as a spectacular new production. Aida is a story of war, jealousy and revenge, at whose heart is the doomed love of the beautiful Ethiopian slave girl, Aida, and the Egyptian hero, Radames. It's one of the most tragic love stories of all time, and it's brought to life in a production set against one of the greatest pieces of music Verdi ever wrote, with breathtaking special effects to include dance sequences based on the ancient temple dances and effects which symbolise the powerful religious holds of the priests of Egypt. Tickets are priced from £14, and as I said, you can catch the show tonight and tomorrow evening before it continues on its tour of the rest of the UK. Now get ready for 9 days of fantastic films from Spain and Latin America as the 2009 Viva Festival gets underway at the Corner House this evening. As always, the festival brings a mix of the popular independent documentaries, shorts, premieres and previews of recent features, plus a special spotlight. Special events include visits from leading filmmakers and actors and the parties that have helped put the event on the map over the recent years. Alongside the screenings, filmmakers, critics and academics will also be on hand for lots of informal talks and guest introductions, appealing to both the cineast and to those with a broader interest in Spanish and Latin American film and culture. To find out more, the best thing to do is to head online to the festival's website for a full list of events taking place over the next 9 days. You can check it out, vivafilmfestival.com. Now, the Viva Film Festival isn't the only big shindig kicking off today. Oh no, it's also the launch of Manchester's Irish Festival. And I can't do an Irish accent, so that's it. And believe it or not, but Manchester's Irish connection goes further than the thousands who travel across the Irish Sea each week to watch their beloved Manchester United. Indeed, it goes deeper than the thousands of Irish Mancunians who live in and around the city.
Irish and Manchester has many's a link for many's a year. We could be in the third or fourth generation of the Irish, but with this recession, hopefully it's not here for the time of the festival months, but there is an awful lot coming back over now because the work's plentiful in Manchester and always will be, and there's an awful lot of big contractors with Irish background or Irish heritage that are working in Manchester, and we all work together, and that's a big link as well as the council.
So is there a strong Irish community within Manchester?
There's a very strong Irish community all over Manchester and Greater Manchester. It's number one, I would say, in the northwest anyway.
Okay. Now, the Irish Festival kicks off today. It's in its 14th year. How did the idea for the festival come about?
Well, the festival, if you go back maybe 21 years ago, would have started off from the North Manchester, the Irish Heritage Centre, and then the Manchester Irish Festival, which I'm part of now, co-chair, along with Councillor John Flanagan. It's in its 13th, 14th year this year, and it's a great day, it's a great festival. There's a load of arts, culture and events all over throughout the city of Manchester, and all you have to do is pick up one of the brochures and you'll see what's on and something there to suit everybody.
So what kind of things can people expect?
Well, you can expect not just all the funny hats and all this, but on the 6th of March, and we'll have to thank the Lord Mayor, Mavis Smithman, for hosting the Irish Festival, the launch night. She does a wonderful job, and that's on tonight in the town hall, and we will have a load of celebrities and people will expect. We have a parade on the 15th this year, and that will include about 45 floats, and they dress up from all the counties in Ireland and culture events within the city, and it's a great day out, and hopefully the weather will give us grace. And then they should expect them in here in the town hall about 1:45 on the Sunday the 15th, and there's a market stall as well on the day in the town hall, in front of the town hall, so come in, see what you can pick up, even if it's a loaf of bread to a little bit of heritage from Ireland. You're more than welcome, and make a day out of it, bring the family.
Jethro there speaking to Kevin Fitzpatrick from the Manchester Irish Festival. Sticking with Ireland, and Snow Patrol will be at the MEN Arena tomorrow night. The Belfast alternative rockers have dominated the UK's indie rock scene since their breakthrough success with the album Final Straw and their single Run, which scored highly in the charts back in 2003 and more recently covered by Leona Lewis. Well, now they've taken their sound into power pop territory and even scored a place on the soundtrack to Spider-Man 3 with their hit song Signal Fire. Tickets are priced at £29 and 36 pence, that's the VAT cut for you. But whatever the price, if you're a fan of the band, it's a night not to be missed. I'll be missing it then. Sticking with music at the MEN, and although strictly not the weekend, we're going to stretch it out a bit longer into Monday and Tuesday. Everyone loves a 4-day weekend. As Grammy-nominated rock band The Killers bring their tour to Manchester for a 2-night stint. The band from Las Vegas, who are famous for their hit singles, Somebody Told Me, Mr. Brightside, and When You Were Young. I can't sing, so I won't sing anymore. Formed in 2002 and are made up of Brandon Flowers, Dave Koenig, Matt Stjormer and Ronnie Van Chuni Jr. Really difficult names to say, that band. They say their sound is influenced by British music and the music of the 1980s, particularly new wave as well as epic Americana artists such as The Boss, Bruce Springsteen. Tickets are still available for both nights and are priced from £31.81 with standing and seating on offer. Now, if I said to you, keep the change, you'd be thinking, you've not given me any money. Well, I'm not actually talking about that kind of change, because on at the Lowry this weekend is a play that goes by the name of Keep the Change. See what I did there? It's all about a pair of drug dealers who are also best mates. Now, they both think they're untouchable because they have a crooked lawyer who isn't averse to paying off witnesses, but the lawyer has become involved with one of their girlfriends. Pushed into a world of smuggling drugs, she and the lawyer are seeking to stitch up the dealers in their next court trial. But things, as they always say, never quite go according to plan, and no one stays at the top forever. You'll do well to remember that, Jethro. It certainly sounds interesting, and if I've got you intrigued, the play's on tonight and tomorrow at 7:45 with ticket prices cheap and cheerfully from just a £5, so you can keep the change. Get it? Keep the change, cheap. Never mind. Meanwhile, also at the Lowry, but Sunday this time, it's an anthology of dissent in words and music. Now, following its sell-out success in 2006, it visits Manchester with its witty, perceptive and thought-provoking two-man show of songs and stories, featuring popular folk singer Roy Bailey and retired MP Tony Benn. He's one of the most colourful public figures of the past 50 years. Tony tells of public resistance to the political will dating back to the earliest days of British democracy, while Roy punctuates all this with musical illustrations. It's my personal pick that's a great way to end the weekend and be informed, and with tickets priced at £16, what have you got to lose? Now, spring has finally arrived, which means a brand new season has just got underway at the Royal Exchange Theatre. The first show on the lineup for this season is a mix of murder, witchcraft and deceit. Macbeth is everyone's favourite Shakespearean play about a Scottish nobleman who kills the king and takes the throne for himself. Well, actually, it's the only Shakespearean play about a Scottish nobleman who kills the king and takes the throne for himself, but it's still the favourite one. Macbeth is usually considered an unlucky play in theatrical circles, and some thesps even refuse to say the name. I wish they'd told me that before. Directed by Oldham-born actor-director and playwright Matthew Dunster, Macbeth, the Scottish play, is on until April, with the audio-described version on stage on the 28th of March, and the 4th of April sees a signed interpretation of the show. Tickets are great value for money, priced from just £8.50. Finally, time now for my pick of the flicks, and hitting the big screen this week is French-Canadian director Jean-Marc Vallée's adaptation of a script by Oscar-winning Brit writer Julian Fellowes about the early life of Queen Victoria. Following her early years as a cloistered teen surrounded by servants and advisors all looking to influence and subvert her, the film then traces her development into the longest reigning British monarch. Starring Emily Blunt and Rupert Friend, the young Victorian is in cinemas nationwide. Well, that's all from me for this week. Have yourself a fun-packed weekend. I'll see you with more ideas and things to see and do the same time next Friday. I've got my coat ready to watch Macbeth, as if it's unlucky to say Macbeth.